Here I have the BetaFPV Cetus X, and on top of it is a RunCam Thumb Pro. The Cetus X is a beginner FPV drone that comes in a kit with everything you need to fly FPV. And the RunCam Thumb Pro is an ultra-light 16-gram 4K thumb-sized camera that is capable of getting some pretty nice footage. In this video, I'm going to show you how to combine the two to make a 100-gram 4K Cinewhoop. Alright, so what do you need to do this? I'm doing this on the Cetus X. The mount that I made is available. I'll put a link to it down in the description, but this is on Thingiverse for free, so you can download it, print it. If you don't have a 3D printer, you can use a service like Race Day Quad's 3D printing service. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well, but pretty much this is meant only for the Cetus X. This is the only drone in the Cetus line that has a variable camera, and the way that this mount works is it actually has a little lip on the back here, and this is going to grab onto the rear of the camera mount, and then these two ears right here are just going to mount right onto the side, and then we have the mount for the camera right up here, and this is actually vibration dampened. This camera slides right in here, and then it basically just sits right on top of the drone. So in addition to the camera and the mount and the drone, you're obviously going to need a power cable for the RunCam Thumb. So the RunCam Thumb Pro requires a 5-volt source. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart and take a look at the board, and we're going to see if we can find a 5-volt source. This drone comes apart pretty easily. The motors just plug into these 4 pins right on the bottom. So you just unplug those. And then you have 3 Phillips head screws right here. I bet there's another screw under here. Yep. So there's actually 4 screws. I had a sticker over this one. So remove these 4 screws, and then this cover should come right off. All right, so here's the F4 flight controller. I'm gonna just pull this out. The only thing it should really be attached to is the camera, and that is probably just a plug. Yep, so this wire right here that's attached to the flight controller just goes to the camera, and that just pulls right out of the underside of the camera right there. You can see the little plug, but that just pulls right out. All right, so the RunCam Thumb Pro uses 5 volts in, so we're gonna need a 5-volt source on the board, and I can see that there's an available 5-volt pin right here and a ground right here. So I'm gonna use those 2 pins. Put a little bit of flux on those 2. Put a little bit of solder on these pins just to pre-tin them. And I'm going to put a little bit of solder on these 2 wires. Make sure that the wire that you're using is set up correctly for this camera. I have quite a few of these wires where the ground and the voltage is actually swapped, so just make sure that these are in the right pin. So red is voltage. We're going to put the red on the 5 volts right here. Right like that. And then the ground right here. Boom. That's it. Pretty simple, right? I'm going to take this, kind of coil it up, keep it nice and tidy. I think it'll be easier if I remove the camera, so I'm going to remove that. And the camera is just held in by 2 screws on the side. There we go. So now what we can do is feed this, take note of how this is mounted in the drone. It's mounted like this. You want the motor plugs on the very bottom. So you want the motor plugs on the very bottom, you want this antenna facing forward, and then you want these battery leads facing backwards. So this is gonna feed right like this. And both of these we can plug in once we get the thing all mounted back up. Nice. Now we have these cables kind of hanging out back here. And this one goes to the VTX, this one goes to the RunCam. So now what we can do is re-secure this bottom plate, because we're pretty much all set with everything down here. Make sure all these wires are up. Now I'll plug the motors back in. These motors kind of only reach one plug, and then just kind of, you know, tidy it up if you can. There we go. Once we have these motors all hooked up, pretty much all set with everything down here. So now we can rotate it over, and what we're gonna do is you're gonna need a little bit longer screws for this when you're securing it down. The screws that come on there aren't long enough, so I would suggest just kind of using some of these that are slightly longer, because that way it's gonna be able to attach to these little ears on the 3D printed mount. So I'm gonna plug this in first. And before we get this mounted down, I'm gonna make sure that this plug right here is kind of coming out the back. So I'm gonna take these screws, I'm gonna put it through these ears a little bit just to get it mounted. So the way that this mount clips on, you have a little lip back here that's gonna latch on to the rear of the camera, and then these holes will line up when you give it a little bit of force, and you want that force just so that it fits nice and snug on here. So now we can screw these into the camera. Right like that. Do the same for this side. And just make sure that this little lip part is around that when you attach it. This just slides right in like so. And then over on this side, you have the power cable, and that's where this attaches. Right like that. How dope is that? And this thing only weighs like 100 grams with battery. Check this out. We got two batteries on the bottom. We got the Runcam thumb up top, and this thing weighs 100 grams. So you now have a 100-gram Cinewhoop that's capable of 4K footage. Let's take this outside and we'll see how it flies. I'm not adjusting any of the PID settings on this, so I'm really not sure how this is gonna fly. I'll probably have to adjust it a little bit afterwards just because we do have the extra weight up top, but let's take this outside and we'll see how it does on the stock Cetus X tune. Honestly, not bad. I'm definitely going to be adjusting the PIDs on it to try and smooth it out a little bit. The footage did have jello in it, and I think that that's mainly because it was starting to get windy out when I was filming. I think if you're flying indoors with this, with the stock tune, you won't have too much of an issue. I haven't had a chance to fly this indoors yet, but I think most of the jello that we were seeing in that footage was mainly because it was so windy out. So if you're planning on flying this indoors, the stock tune might be good. I'm gonna mess with the tune a little bit just to try and smooth it out a little bit more, because I would really like to be able to get some nice stabilized 4K footage out of this setup. I will actually be using this on an upcoming drone tour, so expect that video in the future. I'm hoping that I can get the tune done before then so that we can have some really nice stabilized footage from this thing. But overall, you have a nice 4K capable Cinewhoop for a pretty affordable price, and it comes in at only 100 grams. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave the video a like, and if you have any questions about this setup, leave a comment down below.